Hello and welcome to Ode to Games. I'm Kevin Van Leen, joined alongside Zach Ross. How you doing, Zach?
Doing pretty good.
We also got Logan back this week. How you doing, Logan, after a week off?
I had a very productive week off. It was Black Friday, and I picked up some games. Did you guys pick anything up?
I
I
bought
did.
some
Yeah.
some digital games, nothing physically, but I got Mega Man Legacy Collection for like half off,
Nice.
and Great Ace Attorney. Oh, I got that physically.
Nice. How
Right,
about you,
I
Kev?
sent you that link. Yeah.
Did thank you.
I picked up Bravely Default 2. That was on sale for like 27, 26 on
Nice.
on Amazon. Dragon Quest 11S, $15 on PS4. It was nice to get that.
Deal.
Dot Hack. It's just a PS2 era JRPG series, and the collection was $15 on PS4, so I picked that up. And then, what was it? Inside.
Oh, nice. So it was
guys
like
who did
a
Limbo
dollar?
$2. And
Yep.
I picked up
That's a good
Inside
one.
Limbo, and it was $2 a couple of months back. So decided, hey, I'll pick up Inside as well because it's $2, and maybe play them back to back whenever I get around to playing them. Yeah, that was the main stuff.
I got a few things. I got Demon Souls digitally. Don't know if I'll ever finish it, but I just wanted to see it because it's really pretty. So I'll play it in a little bit.
How much was that going for?
30.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Over half
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Then I got Sonic Colors Ultimate, which came with the little baby Sonic keychain.
How is
So I was
that?
excited about that. It's great. I've been really looking at it. Zach's coming to hang out this weekend. He'll have to take a look and decide if it's from pre-redesign or post-redesign.
Oh no.
Because I can't tell. Since it's baby Sonic, I can't tell which it's supposed to be. And then I
Oh my
got this
God.
phone number.
Are you
Oh
serious?
my God! You told me you didn't
Are
buy it.
you serious?
I
It's
didn't buy it.
For those listening, it is the long fabled Biomutant Collector's Edition. That was what, $34 on Amazon?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Something
I
like
remember.
that.
It was like
They were doing like
30-ish,
THQ Nordic
yeah.
was doing like all of these special edition sales. Yeah.
So I figured, why not do the first ever live Ode to Games unboxing?
This is ridiculous.
So you guys can see what's in this thing. I only have like unsealed it so I could do a quicker unboxing on the air. So if you're listening to the audio version, head on over to YouTube and search for Ode to Games to watch me unbox this Biomutant Special Edition. Here's the box. It comes with this huge
Oh.
statue
Wow.
of
my
the
God.
main dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I thought about gifting this to Zach, but I don't want to saddle anybody with this. 'cause
That
I
thing
it's
is
so
actively
big.
decided
thing
not
is
to buy it.
Huge.
Yep, so there's a huge cover, the slip cover you take off of the box, and then here's the box itself. It looks pretty nice. It's a solid box. Splits in half down the middle.
Okay.
Remove the top cover.
Oh my
Man,
goodness!
And here he is. I don't even know his name.
What is his name?
But
Mutant Bio.
mutant Biomutant.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this statue is large. It is like 8 inches tall.
He's massive.
I don't really like it, and I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Back in
But
the
I
box.
had to. Back in the box. So there's the statue. It comes with a sealed physical copy of the game, which is nice because some only come with the digital copy now, which is lame.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, why would you do that if it's physical? Like people are wanting
Yeah,
it for the physical
exactly.
stuff.
So the game,
Nice.
Biomutant. Then we've got the Biomutant official soundtrack on a CD.
Is it
and
the whole
comes in this,
soundtrack?
We don't
It comes
know.
in this cardboard cover,
Okay.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
those.
and then
Is it just
there
sitting
it
in
is.
there? Or does-
Pretty much.
How's it in there?
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
held
there's
by the
little
like
slits.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, ew.
Yeah, it's. Oh wait, no, sorry. I think it fell out a little bit in the box. It's a bigger pocket that it slides
Oh.
into, but that's still kind of nasty.
Yeah, because then you're just scratching the back of it. But oh well.
Yep. Yeah. So there's the CD cover, and then it comes with this map, or is it a felt poster? I don't really know. I'm opening it. I'm
Like
losing
Kingdom Hearts
resale
3
value
all
on this
over
number
again.
right now.
No. Resell
On
for
resale
$36.
value on this.
What
Oh,
the-
it's a
It looks like a
like a
blanket.
it's a poster.
The
Oh,
cloth?
it's huge.
Oh my
This is
God.
This is huge.
Where are you
Oh, you
putting
can
that?
hang that up. Hang that up in the background.
Here it is.
You should use it as like a rug or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Big enough to be a little like floor mat.
Who
So
is this man?
Biomutant, I got it. We pledged that one of us would buy it, and it ended up being me.
You gonna play it?
I don't know. I mostly did it for this bit because I thought
Yeah.
you guys would really like it, and it paid off
Pretty
pretty
great.
Losing my mind.
well. Yeah.
God.
So the big number's really this.
Can we
this
get him?
enormous statue?
Can we keep the shot somehow? Is he? Can he squeak in there? Just hold him up for the
I
rest
can
of
just
the show.
I can just sit with him.
He should be.
I set him right
massive
here. You
sword.
should be able to see like his head.
Got a sword.
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
there we go. Biomutant Special Edition.
Still on
$34.
sale. Can they pick it up? Or are we
The
just
Atomic Edition was still expensive.
like $200?
Yeah, that one comes with like a different statue. Is
That's
that
the one I
difference?
bought. I'm still waiting on it.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I didn't buy the Atomic. I didn't spend over $150 on this game that none of us are gonna play.
I'll probably play it.
Not gonna play it. Say that right now.
That's it. You said I'm not going to play it, or you're not?
You're not gonna play it. I'm definitely not gonna play it. Kevin might play it. We're not gonna play it.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably won't.
Yep.
Wow. How long was the thought process between, oh, that's on sale, to it is in the cart and I am purchasing it?
Let's see. I debated canceling it. I was like, is it going to be worth it? I think it was. But Zach and I were playing, I think, Fall Guys, and Zach was like, Kevin just sent us the Biomutant Collector's Edition. And he's like, I am not buying it. I was like, I'm not either. And then right after the call ended, I bought it.
I wouldn't buy that.
That was
Who
the
would buy
last
that?
time I thought about that collector's. I really wanted to buy it for the bit, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. But Logan is a better man than I.
Well, I'm glad at least one of us has it. So if we ever decide to actually go through with playing it, it's right there.
Yeah. So I searched our group chat just for Biomutant, and on July 8th, we missed the half-off sale on the Collector's Edition.
Oh,
and that was
half
before the
off.
game even came out.
But you got it for even cheaper then.
Yeah, because how much was it? 120, 130, 40? I don't remember.
Like that.
Maybe a little more than that.
Yeah.
Was it like
But it was
60
it
or
was
70,
cheap.
I think, was the original sale price, I think. It was like 60 or
Okay.
70 bucks. I remember it being like around just normal retail price for just a base game. Somewhere around then.
And I got it
Yeah,
for
find this.
$34.
Yeah, they were doing a
Oh,
fire
it's-
sale. I was kind of tempted to get the Battle for Bikini Bottom stuff, but
Back up to
Never pulled the
108.
It
Gosh
sold for
dang it.
119. So I got it for nearly 75% off.
God.
Atomic Edition's 311 right now. Off
Yeah,
of 400.
It was 400. Yeah.
God.
I mean, there's
What
a
did that even
reason
come
that
with?
they were having a sale on these. They are like grossly overpriced. And they have
It
like
came with
three different
a
things.
huge box, a steel book, a shirt, a t-shirt, and a ridiculous statue.
How does that work with the t-shirt? Do you let them know beforehand what size you are? Or do you just get like a medium?
I don't know.
I want the XL version of this. The XL Atomic
Yeah.
Edition.
So that was my big Black Friday splurge. Biomutant.
Apparently in the game you create your character and give them a name, so I don't know if
Yeah,
that
he doesn't
thing
even
has a
he doesn't
name.
even look like that. That's just like the base avatar. It's not even what
That guy
he would
doesn't
look
have a
like.
name. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a name. He's nameless.
I have a statue of him, and he has no name. Odie.
The character. Bio.
That's the dog from Garfield.
It is, but now it's also that Biomutant character from our show.
They're the
I guess so.
from our show from
I think
today.
it has to be.
I'm glad you picked that up. I'm
I
glad
lost
that
track
my
of-
link that I sent didn't go to waste.
What are we-
No, it didn't.
What is this show even about other than Biomutant? I just want to talk about Biomutant for another hour.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that my link that I sent to Zach about Great Ace Attorney didn't go to waste. I was kind of expecting him to just be like, thanks, and then not buy it.
I didn't.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I do
buy it
that
for
all the
Zach for
time.
Christmas, and then you sent him that, and he bought it.
Well,
All right.
apologies, but
Saved me money.
that's true.
Saved
I
me
could just give him
$30.
Biomutant. It's a cheaper
Yeah, Zach,
purchase.
you want it?
statue. Gift it. Don't even give me the
You
full
want this
thing. Just
guy?
give me the statue. I'll take the statue. There's a statue collection up there growing.
I honestly would give it to you. I don't want
Put
it.
him up there.
There's no room.
Take 'em.
Statue space in my apartment is reserved for Amiibo, and we all know there's too many of them in here. I can't afford a giant statue of Odie. But if we did like a real award ceremony, and it was like, and the Odie goes too, he's got to be on the show.
trophy.
He's the trophy. Yeah, he's the official
Oh
trophy.
my god.
Can I paint him gold?
Oh, we should. We should spray paint him.
Oh my god.
I'll do it. Let me do it.
Sweet.
Wow.
Let's do it.
We're just manhandling this edition. If only we had the T-shirt, then we could give the award-winning game a T-shirt too.
Yeah.
Odie
We could all be
t-shirt.
wearing it with our blazers and our Biomutant t-shirt.
Oh my god. All right. Anyways, anything else happened from your week away, Logan, in regards to games?
I held off on buying Pokemon. I thought I might be tempted, but I was not, and I didn't buy it.
Kind of had a rocky launch with some glitches and stuff.
I've just been playing a crazy amount of Halo Infinite multiplayer. Like, I'm way more into it than I thought I'd be. And that's all. And yeah, actually, something pretty cool was that I used the cross progression. I installed the game on my PC, and then I was away in Michigan for the week visiting my girlfriend's family. And I just loaded it up, and it synced with the cloud. All my data was there. I played there a few hours over the week I was there, came back, synced with the cloud. I was the level I was on my PC. It was the most seamless cross progression I've ever seen. So that was really cool.
Nice cloud from Microsoft.
Love to see it.
Did you hear any of my story about my diamond purchase?
I did not. I did not listen to last week's
I haven't
episode
listened to
yet.
the show.
It's still unresolved. My original copy
Oh,
that
And
I
it is.
bought.
They didn't get back to you.
Nope. I have heard nothing, and its status is the
fantastic.
exact same that it was when I pre-ordered it over a month ago.
Nice. So what was
Awful.
the status? Give me the abridged version.
So
since you already
basically, I ordered it.
last week.
Ordered it from Pokemon Center online store because the nearest Pokemon Center is about 2-3 hours away, and I didn't want to drive over there. So I was just like, I'll just buy it online. They have an online store. Bought it. A couple weeks later, about like 2 weeks later, they sent me an email, and they're like, 1, is this your address, and can we send it here? And 2, did you break terms of service?
What?
and
Yes, you
I'm
did.
like, 1, yes, that is my address. Yes, you can ship there. 2, gonna be honest, I didn't read the terms of service, but I'm pretty sure I didn't break anything. And they're like, okay, we'll be checking this information. Your order may be canceled if we find something wrong with it. And I'm like, all right, whatever, go and check it. And then
That's bizarre.
we get to launch day, and they haven't sent me an email. The game hasn't shipped. It's not even like preparing shipment. I'm like, what is going on? So then I wait, but I was going to be gone that weekend. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll just be back, and then it'll get there. Fast forward to the end of the weekend, there's still no update, no email, and the game still hasn't shipped or even prepared for shipping. It's just like your order has been received. So I'm like, what is going on? I sent them an
Whoa.
email and be like, I ordered this a month ago. The game's already out. When can I expect it? And they're like, we're still checking your information. And they also said in the email, if you send us another inquiry about this, we will not respond. So I was like, what?
Nice.
So apparently, almost a month later, they're still checking to see if I broke terms of service. I'm half expecting it to like show up in like March or April, like several months later, and just like, why'd you even send it at this point? So anyways, my girlfriend was near the Pokemon Center, luckily, and was able to pick up a copy there and bring it back. But as of now, it is still just in the order received category on the website. Luckily, they haven't
still
charged my
don't
card,
have-
so that's good.
That's good. I still don't have my physical copy of Ace Attorney.
You didn't
That was
cancel
a-
that, right?
Nope, because I can't unless I go through a bunch of customer service crap, and I'm going to at some point. But yeah, it says a damage has been reported, and UPS will notify the sender. And I never got another copy back, and it just says it's delayed, and that was 4.5 months ago.
All right.
How-
Yeah, and I
and I
haven't
assume
done
they've
anything
charged
about
you
it.
for that?
Yeah, so I
You
got
probably
$40 waiting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Man, we're getting
Yeah.
bad
I
luck
just
here.
keep expecting it to show up someday.
Along
It does
with
not.
your VR dongle.
Yep.
That's never showing up. That got lost
No.
in the void.
Yep. Forever.
The UPS void. They're just stealing these VR dongles.
I got stolen off his doorstep or something, and someone opened it and had no idea what it was.
What is this?
It's actually extremely valuable.
Apparently, only like 4 people on the planet have one of those.
Yeah.
But I do have Pokemon Diamond now. Played it a lot the weekend after it came out. I was finally able to play it. It's all right. It's as good as it can be using the skeleton of those old games. Like, I wasn't going to think it was bad because I enjoyed those original games. So, in that respect, it's fine. It's serviceable, and I'm having fun, and it is still hitting some of those nostalgic beats. But some of the new stuff, I don't really... The graphical style with the chibi art is not so bad when you're just running around in the overworld. Like, it's not that noticeable. But when it zooms in on characters, it is the dumbest thing. It looks so stupid. Especially when they try and, like, zoom it in on Cyrus, and he's supposed to be, like, this brooding evil dude. And it's just, like, this, like, cute and ugly chibi character.
Yeah.
Just staring at you. And I'm not sure why they added that in, because it is not flattering to the art style at all. It wasn't in the original game. They didn't do that then. It's just weird that they added that in. It really shows the drawbacks of the art style. And then just some other little things with the graphics. Like, you have more animations in battles. So, like, when a trainer loses, they'll be like, oh, like, oh no. And each character has their own little animation that they use. And I don't know, it just feels really cheap when you're facing off against 2 twins or 2 of the same character, and they do the exact same pose right next to each other, back to back. I don't know. There are just certain things where I'm like, this feels kind of cheap.
Yeah.
My main issue with the game stems from the more recent addition to the Pokemon games, that is the XP share, and that the XP share is not just half experience to one Pokemon that you give it to. It is everybody gets experience, and now you can't turn it off. There is no way to turn it off, and it is so bizarre to me that they go to such extreme lengths to make as little change as possible to those original games, and just like try and keep as much of it intact, not bringing in much of the platinum stuff, just like making it very much Diamond and Pearl for those people that played it 15 years ago. And yet they change a core aspect of how you play that game from the people that played it 15 years ago. Like, why isn't there a way to swap it on and off? That would have solved all the problems, because then you have the old school players that want to play it like they did back then, and you can. And then for the newer players, you can do it the way modern Pokemon is. It's just weird that they're so attached to that original model, and yet they make this drastic change to make it new Pokemon. Like, why did they decide that was going to be the thing that was going to get changed? I don't know. So it gets to the point where if you do most or all of the trainers like I normally do when I play through Pokemon games, it was kind of a necessity in Gen 4. Like, you would if you wanted to be around the level of the Elite Four by the time you got there, the gyms, you kind of had to fight most of the trainers. You're walking into gym battles 7 levels over their highest level Pokemon. And while a couple of the gyms will take a couple of hits and sometimes can have a little bit of a challenge, like, every single trainer battle is just nothing. Like, that's usually how it is, but I don't know, it felt more glaring here, of just like completely mindless, just using the same attack, one-shotting everybody going through these routes. It got really mindless.
One thing that I forgot to bring up last week when I was talking about my experience with the game is that if your friendship is high enough with your Pokemon, then they can survive being killed with 1 HP, and it just says the power of friendship has stopped your Pokemon from dying, which I think is really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too, which makes some fights even easier. I haven't gotten to the Elite Four yet, but I've heard that Cynthia's a challenge and that they made the Elite Four more challenging, but they didn't seem to make the gyms more challenging. They have been a walk in the park. And it also makes levels feel less like consequential, especially in the early game. Like when you're leveling up Pokemon at the start, they're all leveling up around the same time. When in the old games, you would have one Pokemon level up and you're like, yes, sweet. And then you can like change their moves if they get a new move or whatever. But it doesn't feel as impactful when 5 of your Pokemon leveled up at the exact same time. And you're just mashing the A button to get through all of these stat changes to go through so that you can move on to the next thing. And you can just have a Pokemon in there level up to the exact same level as the rest of your team, and you're never going to use them, or you haven't used them yet, and it's just like there's no attachment to that Pokemon because you didn't have to do anything. They're just there, and they're just leveling up. I don't know. Those changes I am not a fan of. I have changed the battle mode to set instead of switch to try and give myself a bit more of a challenge. So after a Pokemon faints, it doesn't automatically ask me if I want to switch Pokemon. I have to keep the Pokemon that I have in to try and put some sort of challenge back into the game. Yeah.
Have I ever told you my story about that? About set and switch? I don't know if I ever talked about it on this show.
I don't think so.
My friend who liked Fire Red and Leaf Green when they were a kid, but wasn't super into games besides Pokemon, like was so convinced that a core difference between Fire Red and Leaf Green was that in Fire Red you couldn't switch your Pokemon, and in Leaf Green you could. And they're like, yeah, Fire Red's the hard version. So I don't know if like their brother or someone went into the settings and like changed that for them, but they were convinced for like 15 years of their life that that was the difference between Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I thought that was really funny.
Interesting.
Someone bamboozled them a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, also so I appreciate that they added in the ability for Pokemon to follow you. It's great, but it's also really stupid when you get to the really slow Pokemon. Torterra cannot keep up with me. I leave him in 2 steps. He is like gone off the screen, and then you and then you hear him go back into the, like you hear like a Pokeball sound, like he's teleporting, and he teleports behind you, and he'll get stuck on things. And so I'm big issue. I'm running through town, and Torterra's like
stuck on
the other side of the map.
It's a bit of an issue.
Oh my gosh, I've not seen that.
Because in the original games, they would automatically be right behind you. I'm not sure how Let's Go Pikachu... Games? So like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they would automatically be right behind you, following you around. I don't know how Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee did it. But like slow Pokemon are slow.
That's hilarious.
I think even if I'm like walking, he can't keep up with me. There was also another glitch where, like, in Canalave City, you can get on the boat and go to Iron Island, right? So usually, I found this out later, when you talk to the guy, your Pokemon disappears, and then you get on the boat and leave. But if your Pokemon was in the middle of spawning back to you, and then you talk to the guy, your Pokemon will spawn in, you get on the boat, and the boat leaves, and the Pokemon's just sitting on the dock as you're going away.
That's sad.
so Torterra was just standing there on the dock. But it was the first time I did it, so I thought that was just how the game worked. I found out that you had to have him teleporting to you as you're talking hilarious. To the guy. Yeah, so I don't know. It doesn't seem to be implemented that well. I don't know why. I guess they really want you to feel like the Pokemon are different in terms of like how fast they follow you, but I don't know. Yeah. It feels kind of weird when you have the really slow Pokemon.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's pretty funny though, because you'll just hear them freaking out back there trying to keep up.
Just online from this game is that they didn't change any of like the gym design to account for your trainer walking diagonally. So there's like the ice one.
Yep.
And you can just spam yourself up the stairs diagonally and skip the entire gym puzzle.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like, there's a glitch where you can duplicate an entire Pokemon box, which is just ridiculous. Like, man, this series.
It's on an even smaller level, I like the ability that you can like run around more freely and that it's not as restrictive to the D-pad of the original DS games. But I don't know, for the for the geometry and environments of these games, I feel like I'm running into things a lot more often, because before it was just like, this spot you are not going to collide with this tree, and on this spot you are. But sometimes when you're just running around, it's like you're caught in between and you're just like running into things all the time. I don't know. Some things weren't implemented super well. I like the underground though, to an extent. I like the new dungeons that they have down there, where you have like roaming Pokemon, and it was a nice way. If they weren't going to add in a lot of the platinum stuff, it was a nice way to add in some of the platinum decks in the underground. I like the concept of the statues and how you can put them in your secret base to...
Did you figure out how to make a secret base? I never found out.
You had to go back to the underground guy and talk to him, because he has missions for you.
He has missions? I never talked to that guy again.
I think that's the same as the original.
Yeah, it was the same way. Yeah.
I never did that in the original either.
Yeah. But I wish that they didn't just completely axe the ability to make your own like special secret base, like with furniture and stuff.
Yeah, that's lame.
Like that's like... It would have been so much cooler if it was like 2 rooms and you walk in and the first room is your design, and then you have one room off to the left or right, and then that was the room that housed your statues. That would have been really cool. But now it's like there's no point in me visiting anybody else's secret base, because it's just filled with the most optimal way to fit all the statues in. Because some are bigger than others, so you're just like mixing and matching to fit them all in. So like I like the concept of it, but I don't know, it wasn't implemented super well. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of the new additions. The base game, the game that's still there is good, and I had fun with it. But part of me wonders how much of that was just nostalgia and how much fun a person who didn't play those games and is not a kid, I guess, would have playing these newer games. I like the HMs and how they're not tied to a Pokemon, although that brings in its own problems of just like, I like that I don't have to have an HM slave. I like that you can have a full team of 6 Pokemon that you're using constantly in a route. Like, that's nice. But it also makes some of those areas kind of meaningless when you get to an area and they're like, oh, you know, originally you would have had a choice of like, oh, are you going to cut these trees if you have the right Pokemon, or you're going to have to take the long way. And now it's just like, I'm going to cut the trees. There's no reason why I wouldn't. Like, so that makes those choices a little bit meaningless. But in the grand scheme of things, I appreciate that decision to do that. It makes things a lot more streamlined. I don't have to have a Bidoof in my party at all times, or swap someone out to get Defog in, because there's a lot of HMs in that gen. There's a lot. So it's nice that they added that. I like that I can swap my Pokemon from the boxes at almost any time. I don't think you can do it in gyms, but at almost any other time, your regular party you can swap out with your PC Pokemon at any time, and that's super nice. I don't have to like go back to the Pokemon Center if I want to swap Pokemon out. So certain quality of life things I do like. Not the XP share, but
I don't like that one, because it's like that's stripping even more challenge from it.
The way
isn't there like that little exploit you can do where you throw someone in the box, you back out, you take them out of the box, and they're fully healed?
Oh, maybe that. I didn't. Yeah. I never used it like that. I never would have had to. I thought of it more in the sense of like, it wasn't a challenge to walk back to your PC and get a Pokemon out. That was just time.
Yeah, but I guess it's like, if your 5 Pokemon are almost dead.
That is true.
I didn't think about team.
Didn't think about
if you clone your party 20 times, then you just always have your
exactly.
party.
Yeah. I guess I didn't think about the certain exploits. Maybe they have to add something in. Maybe it would have been nice if you would have had to access your PC before they like actually healed or something like that. I don't know. But
yeah, they're just dying. Just in the computer, like on the verge of death.
Look, it's either that or I just shove them in the PC for the rest of their life. Like, it's not humane either way you look at it.
Yeah.
Like, those Pokemon are never getting out of there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having some amount of fun with it. A lot of that fun comes from the nostalgia and the fact that I think those older Pokemon games are just built a little bit better. Some of that gets stripped away with the newer designs that they're trying to implement into Pokemon. But I do think that core experience there is at least some amount of fun. Modern Pokemon fans, I'm sure, will have a blast with it. Like, this brings in a lot of those new features. Old school fans, I think it's hit or miss depending on how much you like Gen 4. If you like Gen 4 a lot, I think you can look past some of the problems that the game has. If you were like fine on Gen 4 and not a big fan, this is not going to change your opinion, and it'll probably make your opinion of those games worse. But yeah. That's the way
so
I see
bad.
it. Yeah.
That's
now,
so bad.
I'm not really disappointed with it. It's not like one of my disappointments of the year.
Because the bar for Pokemon is below the ground at this point.
Well, and I like those original
underground
games.
Yeah.
Like it could have been like Sun and Moon level where I actively didn't want to finish it. Like it's not on that level for me. Like I'll finish it and do some of the post game and have a fine time. But I feel like they missed a bunch of opportunities to make improvements to those original games and to provide options for new and old Pokemon fans. I don't know. Some of those changes, I'm just kind of confused why they didn't allow you to toggle certain features on and off, because they were so tied to that original design of the game.
Yeah.
That why wasn't that also tied to it?
It just kind of shows the current state of Pokemon, that you led off this entire impression section with, I like everything that's old and I don't like anything that's new. So the only thing pushing you through is nostalgia and the quality of what they built 15 years ago. And everything that's new is actively bad. And it's like, and Sword and Shield are entirely new and entirely bad. It's like, is this... I just feel like for a lot of old school fans, there's a lot riding on Legends Arceus to be a good original game.
Yeah.
And the bar is just so low. It's ridiculous.
The bar is pretty low. Yeah. Looking at this game, it wouldn't push me to play any new mainline Pokemon games. It wouldn't. I'm having fun with it for what it is, to relive some of those memories. And I like the world. I like the Pokemon that are in it. All of that original parts of the game are still there. The remixed music I enjoy. That's quite nice. I'm glad it wasn't some like awful remixed music like Secret of Mana or whatever.
Yeah.
So some of that stuff is nice, but yeah, it's not making me think, oh, I got to go out and play the next Pokemon game. Like that was not the thought that crossed my mind. I'm like, man, I'm having a good time with these old Pokemon games. I'm probably not going to play any more of them.
And I just look at what I see of this remake and how good I thought the Mystery Dungeon remake was last year? 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Wow.
Last
I don't remember if that was 2020.
I think it's last year. I want
to
say it was last year.
Okay.
Sure, it's
Yeah, but I look at how
2018.
good I thought that remake was. It was a remake that was functional, no glitches, ran really well, looked really nice, was faithful to the originals. And then I look at this, and I'm like, I have no desire to re-experience my old fond memories with this package.
I was talking with Zach about this last week, that I look back on Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and Fire Red and Leaf Green as well, and they completely usurped the original games. Like, if you're going to go back to Generation 1 or Generation 2, you are going back to Fire Red and Leaf Green or Heart Gold and Soul Silver, unless you purely want to have that original Game Boy experience. Like,
Or
if
Let's
you
Go.
played those. Yeah, Let's Go does
Sorry.
not count. But I look back at those, and they are just the definitive versions. They are
Absolutely.
those originals upgraded with some of the features from like the third game. I think Crystal had Day Night or something like that. It added in some of these extra features that they implemented into Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's not what Diamond and Pearl are, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They, especially in a world where Platinum exists, like, I probably wouldn't go back to play Diamond and Pearl over this, but I would play Platinum any day of the week over these remakes. And that's disappointing, because they've shown that they can do it before, that they can make really good remakes that bring it up to the modern age in certain aspects, but keep some of the other things alive and bring in features from all of the games in that generation.
Yeah, and this is the third time in a row they've kind of missed that. We mentioned Let's Go, and a pair of games so forgettable you didn't even mention them, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, are really not good.
The less I talk about those games, the better. I did not enjoy those very much. But yeah, it's just disappointing that they've been able to do that before and create definitive versions of these classics. And that's just not what this game is. For what it is, I'm having fun with it, but it does not make me feel any better about the current state of Pokemon or make me want to play any other Pokemon games beyond this. So, yeah. Wouldn't call it a disappointment, but it is what it is, I think. That's what I was expecting, though. That's kind of what I was expecting going in.
Not a disappointment because it met your low expectations.
It met the bare minimum. It's like, it needs to be nostalgic, and it's those original games. And that's what it is. And that's what it does. Any more than that? Not really. Zach, did you play any more of that this week?
I was gonna do some post-game content, but I just didn't. I guess I didn't have the urge to go back. Maybe it didn't pull me in as much after I had taken a break and played some other stuff. But Logan's gonna be borrowing it soon, so I might have to squeak some in before I no longer have the chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Well, I'll have some more thoughts on it the next week or two as I finish the Elite Four and get to whatever post-game content is in there from Diamond and Pearl, and if they added stuff in. I know that some of the Platinum stuff is not in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but I'll have some more thoughts in the next couple of weeks on it. Do we want to get to the other new thing that came out?
Yeah.
Fall Guys Season 6?
It's not a disappointment. It's really good.
It is.
Yeah, I have not gotten a chance to play it yet, but we're going to be playing it a little bit after recording this here. How is it? How is Fall Guys Season 6 after kind of a longer wait than the previous seasons?
Really long wait. It was, what, 4 or 5 months since the Season 5 drop?
Yeah, it's been since July. Yeah.
So, pretty much the longest wait we've had so far. But it was... The amount of time between announcement and drop was very reasonable. We didn't have to wait very long from when they announced what it was to when we actually started to get to play it. And it's been great so far. I think it's one of the top seasons that has come out since Season 3. I think it's definitely better than 4 and 5. We've gotten a chance to play all of the games. I think they added 5 games, mostly races, no team games, which is what a lot of people
that's the best
ask for. Yeah,
addition is the races.
Really enjoying it so far. Logan, any impressions?
What's the theme of this one again?
It's a big party.
Is it technically called Party?
Like
yeah,
the original was kind of
like Fiesta.
Okay.
Yeah, it's visually very similar to the first season. But it's just like parties. There's confetti. There's like Fall Guys blimps flying around in the air. But it's fine. I didn't really vibe with the jungle theme in Season 5, so I kind of like this more neutral theme because it was getting to the point where like, oh, it's wintry, it's Season 3, it's futuristic, and it was just these jarring changes. But I think in like a few seasons time, when you get a Season 6 game, it'll just feel like a game, and I kind of prefer that. I don't need these really extreme themes. But the games are really, really good. There's the main race is called Party Promenade, and it has these tubes that you jump in, and you go all through and tumble through, and it shoots you at the end. It has trapezes that you have to grab, swing on, and then let go to launch yourself. There's different tubes you can land in when you're flying through the air, but you have to try and aim yourself in them, and those can give you a shortcut on the course, so it's pretty cool. But that's a really good race. There's Full Tilt, which is the sequel to Seesaw, and it's 360-degree seesaw, so they tilt no matter where you're standing on them, and it's pretty straightforward. It's like Seesaw, and that one's pretty good too. There's Pipe Dream, which is like the pipes I mentioned before. You take these warp pipes to different puzzles that you have to do, like different platforming challenges. Like if you go on one, you might have to do the trampoline from Lily Leapers. If you go through another, you might have to deal with the spinner things, like the big bar that goes around like on Jump Club.
Oh, okay.
And you just have to get to the end on that. So that's a really good one too. And then there's 2 non-races. There's Leading Light, where you're in this big arena, and there's this spotlight that starts in the middle, and you have to stand in the spotlight until you fill your meter from 0 to 100%. And so it's just all like 30 Fall Guys trying to cram into this one tiny spotlight as it moves around the area. And there's like stuff from the Whirly Gigs, stuff from Dizzy Heights, there's seesaws, rotating platforms, and there's just a ton of obstacles in your way to try and take you away from the moving spotlight. And then the last one is Airtime, and it's kind of similar to Leading Light, where there's this zone that has a ton of obstacles and platforming stuff in it, like a treadmill to run on, a big fan that tries to blow you off, some trampolines you can balance on, and you have to stay in this airborne zone to get from 0 to 100%. And if you fall out of it, it takes like 5 seconds to get back to the top and jump back in. And you have to just deal with these challenges, trying to remain in it for as long as you can to get to 100%. So that's kind of the new mechanic of the season, is these ones where you have to stay in a zone for a certain amount of time to win. And they're really good. Like, there's not a game I get where I'm like, ugh. And every other season has had that. Like season 5, I didn't like the one with the rhinos where they try and drive you out of the arena. Season 4, I don't like big shots where you just stand on the one balancing seesaw and just wait for like an hour. But this one, I like all 5 games. I'm happy when I see any of them.
Me too, yeah. I think that most seasons there is that 1 or 2 games that you really don't want, whether it be egg related or in like the battery running one or basketball. There's a good handful in 4 and 5 that I was not a huge fan of, but 6, all of them, I like them a lot. There's this weird glitch where when it's on the stage select like screen where it's going from game to game, there's like a grayed out one that says like Invisibean template design or something like that. It's like a weird glitch or some sort of Easter egg or something. It's a little weird. But yeah, we haven't had a chance to play it a whole lot yet. But so far, the crossover costumes that have become available are very cool. We've got in the main reward path, we have Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. As well, he's got his regular human appearance as a bean, and then he's also got the ghost appearance. So it's 2 separate outfits. One of them's got the mask, and he's more samurai looking. So I think that's super cool that that's actually in the level up path. And then the Sackboy event just started for Little Big Planet, which is super cool. And it seems like the leveling is a lot slower. We've noticed that almost immediately, that experience we get does not go a very long way. Multiple games to level up from like 2 to 3.
Oh god.
And at the beginning it should be a lot easier to level up, but it hasn't been. So I think they realized that people were getting to 50 pretty early on in season 5, and that they needed to pad that out a lot more to keep people playing between the longer gaps between seasons.
Yeah, maybe as the gaps get longer, they want to try and keep people in. Seeming
that way, yep. So
because I was thinking about this, and Zach and I were talking, season 1 to season 2 was like 2 months. And then season 2 to 3 was also like 2 months. It was like August, October, December. And now here we are a full year later, and we've only advanced 3 seasons. Because season 3 went from December to late March. Season 4 went from March to July. And now season 5 went from late July to basically December. Like 4.5 months. So the gap is getting longer, and to fix the progression, they did add 10 levels. It used to only go to 40. Now it goes to 50. But yeah, we didn't play for like a solid 2 months in the middle there of this season, it feels like. And we got to 50 with no issues. So I think that it's trying to get people to play more consistently. And they put a really good reward at level 50. Jin with the ghost mask, the top, is the level 50 reward. Ooh. So you have to get all the way there if you want it. And I do.
So grind starts now.
And we've maxed out our level on every season except for season 2, which is the forgotten season, when I thought Fall Guys was dead.
That was medieval?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did not love that season, but then we loved season 3, and then I felt gutted that I didn't have the Fame Path items from season 2, and now I have everything from every other season. Yeah. That was a little sad.
Yeah, but Zach, tell Kev about who we lost to in Fall Guys.
There was a bit of an interesting moment where we were playing squads duos, and then on one of the maps, a couple rounds in, it was the Slime Scraper from season 4. I get to the top, and some guy is at the finish line trying to like grab people. I'm like, this guy's trying to murder me. Screw this guy. And then I look at his name, and it's like Mediatonic Oliver, which is the name of the Twitter guy, or the guy who works at Mediatonic,
media manager.
The social media manager who got a costume in the game. His teammate was a guy named Mediatonic FG. So it seemed a little bit weird, and he was wearing the Oliver outfit. So we kept moving on, like paying attention to these guys because we think it might be them. And then in every game, they were extremely good and extremely murdery. Yeah. Well, and then we got to the finale, the what's it called? The ice one from season 3. Thin Ice from season 3. It's down to me, both of them, and one other guy, and then Mediatonic Oliver just rolls up and he just murders me out of nowhere.
And then Mediatonic FG murdered me, and it was down to me and those two.
They have like an assassin group.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I turned on a Twitch stream later that day because I was investigating, because the Fall Guys Twitch account streamed the new season. And so I logged on to see if we were in there.
But they were murdered on Twitch.
They were doing full squads of 4. And so I just scrubbed through to like 6 random points to see if they ever switched to a squad duo. And at one of the random seconds of this 2-hour stream that I scrubbed to, I heard Oliver saying, me and someone else got our first win of the season earlier this morning. And I was like, no way. That was it. We were there for their first win.
You murdered me for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty incredible.
Dang. Seeing them in action. Hacking their way to the top.
Yep.
Can't believe it.
I'm excited to try some of the games out. I'm going to try and play some of that after this show.
Yeah, they're great. Really great.
Yeah.
We can work towards Sackboy, because to get Sackboy, you have to do the show that has all the new games. So, and that's what we're going to do. So, yeah.
Nice. Before we get into the news, there's one more new thing out that Zach played a little bit of. Minecraft had its huge update. I guess before we get into the news, one last new thing. Is it any good?
Yes. I think it's great. Yeah, so it's the big Caves and Cliffs Part 2 update. I played it on console with a friend of mine. And the difference was noticed immediately at our random spawn. We spawned on the side of a cliff that was absolutely massive, and it was nothing but massive cliffs as far as the eye can see. I don't know if that's the entire world, but it sure seemed like it. And then inside these random parts of these cliffs, there's giant holes that lead down in the caves. I fell in one accidentally. And then we started building a house at the top of a cliff. We decided to go spelunking for the first time after a little while. We delved into the caves, and it was absolutely massive. It has expanded caves into giant caverns. I don't know if this was a coincidence or not, but there was diamonds strewn everywhere. We found 14 diamonds just along the walls almost immediately.
Wow.
They're in smaller veins, but they're pretty common. So I don't know if we were just in a giant, like those big spacious caverns. I don't know if they're particularly rare. They're below 0, so they've expanded the height and the depth by, I think, 60-ish blocks. So it goes down to like -60 and it goes up an extra 60. So diamonds now spawn below 0 as opposed to around 12, and these massive caverns are gorgeous. They have like blocks of light, chock full of monsters. They're just really cool looking. So we were actually really big fans of it. We didn't stay long because there was, like I said, monsters swarming everywhere, and we weren't prepared for that. So we just grabbed as many diamonds as we could see, and we headed out. So we haven't played a whole lot of it, but so far I think it's extremely cool. I'm not entirely sure what else they've added. We haven't gone into like a creative server to check it out. I know they're planning another update next year with some new stuff. Yeah, there was supposed to be a new like boss mob in these caverns that they were planning to do. They've moved that to next year with a few other things, which is fine because I think they've added quite a bit. But yeah, so far I think it's really cool.
Yeah, definitely want to play that with you guys sometime, along with Sonic. We got to get back to that.
Sonic Minecraft.
But yeah, definitely want to check some of that out. Some of the pre-release stuff looked pretty cool from the caves.
It essentially removes the need of strip mining, which was a core feature of old Minecraft.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think that's going to exist anymore. Yep.
I guess if you're just like running into these huge caves, like it wouldn't last very long before it's just like, well, here's this.
You're finding all the stuff you need,
cave.
and
yeah.
The cliffs above 0 that are above ground, covered in iron and coal and copper, just absolutely littered with it. So I don't know.
Everything you'd ever need.
Pretty much. Although the one thing I've noticed is that villages are a bit wonky now, just a lot of floating islands because they're having trouble spawning in between these cliffs.
Oh God.
Which is fine, but
just stuck in there. got to put them out of their misery.
I do.
Take them out. All right, we've been going on a long time. Any bits of news that we got this week, Logan? I think it's a pretty slow week.
It's a very, very slow week, and basically every news story we have also has to do with a game we're playing. So basically the whole show is games we're playing. But Halo Infinite, which has gotten a lot of criticism for its XP changes, or its XP system, I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago. It's gone under a lot of changes. They basically made it so in your first game, you get 300 XP towards your battle pass of the day. In your second game of the day, 200, and your third 200. Then fourth, fifth, and sixth, you get 100. And then from your seventh game on, you get 50 XP. And 50 XP was the standard for every game prior to this update. So in your first game of the day, within a 24-hour period, you get 300 XP. That's 6 games under the old system. So you can level up like crazy. And something I've noticed is along the battle path, you unlock XP boosts, double XP boosts, where they're active for an hour, and it doubles any XP you earn. So you can buy these in the store with real money, but don't do that. It's not worth it. So instead, I got a couple of these just along the battle pass path. And then today I played for about an hour with my sister, and I just used my double XP boost before my first game. So I got 600 XP just for playing my first game. And I leveled up like 5 times in 1 hour, which was my first time playing this change. So it's crazy good now how fast you can progress. I almost feel like it's too fast. I think I'm going to level up way before the season's over. And like Fall Guys, just drop off after that. Although I don't really play for the leveling up. I just care about, I like playing. How many hours did we log in Fall Guys well after we were already level in some of the earlier seasons? But I know a lot of people do care about this kind of thing, so it's good to see them like adapting so quickly before the game's even technically out.
Yeah, they were really quick on that.
Yeah,
just a couple of weeks. Glad that they
did. I talk
made
about
those changes.
The event at all? I don't think I talked about the event.
There was an event.
The progression in the event was terrible. It was so bad. So they had this, I think it's called like Fracture Tenrai or something like that, and the big reward is this Spartan armor that looks like a samurai. Really cool looking. But the only way to progress is a separate battle pass that's only active through this event. The event mode is Fiesta Slayer, which means you spawn with random weapons. So every time you die, you come back with, you could like just start with an energy sword. And it's a super fun mode because you never know what you're going to get. But to progress and unlock rewards along the path, you had to complete Fiesta challenges. And the Fiesta challenges are mixed in with your normal challenges, which are like get 10 assists, capture a flag in a round of capture the flag, other things like that. And they only pop up like 1 every 3 times. And the game never explains this to you. I had to do like, I was like, why aren't I leveling up the event? I had to look this up, and it's like, oh, because you only level up when you progress through challenges that have the little orange banner next to them. Oh. So you could play for like 2 hours. And if you didn't have any challenges that were Fiesta challenges, you did not unlock anything in the event. And the other thing that's really bad is that this event only lasted like 5 days.
Wow, that's quick.
And it's coming back in January for a week, in February for a week, and in March for a week. So when January rolls around, it's going to be like, hey, remember that battle pass you got to like level 6 out of like 30 on? It's back for a week. And then you just jump back on the old grindstone to keep trying to get these rewards. And I don't care about the rewards usually for the standard battle pass, but for a limited time event like that, it should be easier. Because to unlock it in this week, you probably would have had to play nonstop. Like all day, every day, to get enough challenges, to get enough points, to get the rewards before it went away for like a month and a half.
It's kind of like they knew that too. To use it to keep bringing people back every single month. Like they knew that the progression was kind of borked on that.
And I do appreciate that they're trying new things with the free-to-play system. And they're not just copying everything that does already exist with it. But that was a miss. That was a big miss. It was not good.
Hopefully they'll make some adjustments on there for whenever it comes back.
Yeah.
Seems
I think that they know there was a lot of criticism with that one too.
Well, they were quick
But the
to address this other
multiplayer-
problem, so hopefully they'll be quick to address that too.
Yeah. But the multiplayer continues to be great. I had the best Halo match of my life just moments before logging onto the show. It was a big team battle, which is the 12v12. It was capture the flag. And I got 35 kills, 15 deaths, and 10 assists. It was unbelievable. My brain was in a different zone, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get it back.
The one time only.
Yeah.
The one time game.
Yeah. Because then I'll go back and be like 10-20 the next match. Just terrible, but I was unstoppable. We tied in a 0-0 draw in the capture the flag match, but I got 35 kills.
That's all that matters. Personal goals.
And Zach has still not tried it.
Refuse.
Wow.
Not my style.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, Zach.
It's good stuff. Yeah, but glad to see they're changing the XP. In other news, Mercury Steam, that's the developer of Metroid Dread, is working on a new game, but it's not with Nintendo. This is codenamed Project Iron. They're apparently working with 505 Games, which is a publishing division. And that's like Control. They publish Control. They publish Death Stranding on PC. They've done a few things like that.
They do a number of different things.
Yeah. But a new game, it's also Digital Brothers is a team they're teaming up with, and it's going to be multi-platform. We don't really know anything else about it. This is not the news I was hoping to see from Mercury Steam. I was hoping to see that Nintendo scooped them up as their own studio, but for now, they're working on their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that that studios have some level of autonomy here, that they can go off and do something that they feel passionate about. And that was one of the things that was kind of interesting with the financial report that was coming out from Nintendo a little while back, is that they were saying like, yeah, we look at acquiring new studios at points, but at this point we're more interested in investing in the studios that we already have, which I think is a good model to go off of, instead of buying up a bunch of studios and then just like forcing them to make some things, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Like, yeah, I'd love to see them work on another game, and they probably will at some point. I'm sure that
another Metroid.
Yeah, another Metroid, or teaming back up with Nintendo on something. It seems like they have a good relationship. They've made a couple of quality titles, and if they can be working on their own passion project or something they want to do as a studio, and then either work on something with Nintendo on the side or swap back and forth, that may be a good way forward for them.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Not every studio needs to be bought. I just worry that someone else is going to buy them, and then they won't make Metroid games anymore.
Yeah,
that's why I want Nintendo to buy them.
Insomniac.
Not necessarily. Exactly.
When you get Sunset
Not
Overdrive,
necessarily so they're
gone.
only making Metroid games, but so that it's guaranteed that they can continue to make Metroid.
That is true. Although, I wonder who would buy them. Yeah, but I guess another big publisher could do that. But
yeah,
good to see.
It's interesting that I'm interested to see what it is, because their Metroid games have really been their best received games.
Yeah, what else
made
did
some
they
stuff
work
before
on?
the Castlevania 3DS game that got just smashed by critics.
Okay.
Like, people hate it. They also made Lords of Fate. Is that what it's called, Zach? The 3D one?
Lords of Shadow.
Lords of Shadow.
Something.
I think the 3DS one has Fate in the title. But they made that, which people think is okay. And the sequel, which people think is less than okay. And I don't really know what else. But yeah, it seemed like Samus Returns and then Dread have really been their two biggest hits.
So I guess maybe this will be kind of a prove-it game for them. Of like, hey, a non-Metroid / non-Nintendo property, our own thing working on, see if we can churn out something great that isn't Metroid.
Yeah. And then our last story for the week, Kevin, Stardew Valley, another update. What's up with it?
Yeah, so if you're just playing the game normally, probably not a whole lot. There's just a couple of quality of life changes, some little button mapping things so you can pick up more things in a bundle, just some stability things, fixing a couple of glitches, mostly just quality of life stuff. But for modding, they have made the game much easier to mod. Concerned Ape is working with the modding community to make sure that they have an easy time working on it, which is great because the modding community is really thriving for Stardew Valley, and it has for a long time. And it's just nice that he takes the time to go back in and work on an update where a large majority of it is focused on making it easier for the modders to work on the game. Like, super cool. The thing that
cool.
I was more interested in is that he says that a 1.5.6 update, an update after this, is also currently underway. There's more stuff in there to help with the modding community as well. And then at the bottom of his blog post, he says there may be some new content in that update, but it's not going to be anything huge like 1.5, which I expected. But also, how is he still working on this game when he's working on Haunted Chocolatier as well? And now he has this update out now, and he's working on another update that could possibly add even more little bits of content.
That's ridiculous.
I thought it was done. I thought it was done after 1.5 with the island update. Like, that was it. And then more stuff. He just constantly impresses me with how much life Stardew Valley has with new content, and being there to help out the community and modding support is super cool that he's helping them out.
Yeah, that is really cool. You've been playing more of it, right?
Yep, still trucking along in winter of year 1, just about done with the remixed community center on my save, so I'll be able to get to a lot of the 1.5 update content on that save pretty soon as well. So I'm excited for that. Game's still great, so good.
Nice. That's it for news. Zach, if we want to talk more about what we've been playing.
Oh man, we've already talked quite a bit about what we've been playing.
I know.
But there is still some left, surprisingly enough. Logan, is there anything else that you have yet to mention?
I mentioned earlier Sonic Colors. I am playing it just a little bit. Encountered some glitches, which is fun.
And you don't even have the Switch version.
Not surprising.
No, just I'm playing on PS4. PS5. There is no PS5 version, which is weird because there is an Xbox Series X version, but then there's just no PS5 version, which is really strange. But it's fine. I've been playing it next to the Generations 60 FPS update, and Generations is just such a better game. Like, the level design in those modern Sonic levels is so good in Generations. And then in Colors, it's like, this is all right. But it's still better than 90% of what 3D Sonic generally has. I'm probably not going to finish it because I know we're going to replay it someday as Sonic Club.
Probably.
But I just picked it up for that. Whenever that happens in the future.
Also $10 and you get the Baby Sonic keychain.
Yep.
Just for the keychain.
And then I've been playing a bunch more Mario Party Superstars. Like I said, I was at my girlfriend's parents' for Thanksgiving, and they aren't really into video games at all. Like her stepdad had played like the NES, and then they like had a PS3 where they played like Lego games, and that was it, and Rock Band or something like that. So not a video game household, and they loved Mario Party, so that was super fun playing it with people that aren't really into games and just seeing stuff they liked and thought was fun that I think sometimes we take for granted or overlook since we're so entrenched in games and stuff like that. So that was really fun.
Did you break the family apart
guys,
with Mario Party?
Did you go easy on them or did you destroy them?
I went easy on them, not gonna lie. There were 5 of us, and so I was on a team with my girlfriend, and I made the decisions on the board, but she played the mini games. So I was relying on her to make us some money, and that was kind of the thing that evened it out. But yeah, super fun. I love that game. I've played it for like 30 hours in the last month, which is crazy. I didn't think I'd be playing Mario Party this much. Did I tell you guys about the tie on the show?
I don't think so.
For the first time ever in my life, and I've played 15 Mario Party games, there was a tie at the end of the game. It was insane. It was the final turn. We all had 2 stars. I was playing with a friend and my girlfriend and a computer. We're the 4 of us. And the last person to go landed on a Bowser space. And the Bowser did a Bowser Revolution where he evened out everyone's coins. So going into the last minigame, everyone had equal stars and equal coins. And so it's like, so whoever wins this minigame gets the tiebreaker. Because the tiebreaker is coins if you have the same number of stars. But then it was a 1 versus 3 minigame. and the team of 3 won. So the only person that didn't have the same amount of money was the computer. So it was me, my friend, and my girlfriend tied on stars, tied on money. They gave out 2 bonus stars. I got 1, and the friend I was playing with got 1. So we were truly tied. I'd never seen it before. I didn't know how they were going to decide. And then they were like, so they were doing the thing where like the bullet bills are shooting down and eliminating the people who lost. So the 2 people who were down lost. It was me and my friend standing there. And Toad was like, what? We've got 2 winners. And I was like, what? And then they said, we'll decide it with a dice roll. And just like how you decide to move at the start of the game goes first, they just pop a dice block above each of our heads and you hit it. And higher roll wins.
Wow, it all comes down to a single dice roll at the end. Oh my god.
And I wanted to put all the pressure. I wanted to put all the pressure on him. So the second it showed up, I just hit the button and I rolled a 10.
Oh my god. What a move.
And then he rolled like a 7 and that was it. And I won.
Wow.
It was awesome.
And what happened if he also rolled a 10?
Then it's like, what happened?
I was like, is it predetermined? Like, did they decide that you can't tie in that situation? Like, I don't know. But it was awesome.
That's wild.
I wish, though, they have 1v1 mini games. It should be a dual mini game to decide the winner.
Yeah, that would have been. Because that would have been like the most hype mini game of just like all this pressure because it's come down to just one game and whoever wins that will win.
And I was like, well, maybe if you have 3 people, you couldn't do that. I was like, we'll just do like a roll off between the 3 people to randomly eliminate 1 and then do the duel. Yeah, I thought it was lame because they have those games. They're there for a reason. I think that should have been it. But I was just floored that I've been playing Mario Party for like 18 years and then we got a true tie. Just so random.
That's wild. Yeah, I didn't think you could tie. Guess you just had to get like the perfect storm of things happening where everyone's got the same stars and then Bowser does his very specific thing
on the last roll. It wasn't even just the last turn. It was the 4th person to go on the last turn. So it was the final thing that happened. It was amazing.
That's crazy.
But that's it. That's all I've been playing. But Mario Party is
exciting.
Awesome. It's awesome, and Zach's looking forward to play more this weekend when he comes up.
So much other stuff to play, don't we?
That's always how it is. You always have so much.
Sure, we can find something. Got to go back to like Golf Story or something. Something we haven't played in a while.
Towerfall.
Yeah. Towerfall. Killer Queen. All right,
Speaking
whatever.
of Golf Story, you think Sports Story is going to be the final capper of the Game Awards?
Oh my god! If it is, I will lose my mind.
Oh, I wish.
Before the Game of the Year award, like we got one more thing.
I'll take that over Breath of the Wild too, any day of the week.
It's gonna happen. No words. Zach, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing quite a bit this week. Let me just pull it up because I've forgotten all of it.
Oh, we're not done with Forza. I just was gone all week, so
we didn't really get it. We played a little bit.
I heard that your experience on PC was not.
Because I was playing on xCloud and it was laggy as heck.
It was. He was not doing so well in the races, so we couldn't really do it. Was it laggy in the overworld?
No, it was when they had that many cars on screen. I don't think I knew what to do.
Just freaking out.
Did someone put Miles Edgeworth on my list? Because I didn't play any of that this week.
I did.
Okay. Well,
I thought you played it.
I did not play any of it. I don't think I had a chance to talk about it on the show last week because all I really talked about was Pokemon. But I did start Investigations. I have not played a whole lot. I haven't finished the first case, and I kind of distracted by other stuff before I was able to pick it back up. But it's good so far. Edgeworth wasn't always my favorite character, but he did grow on me eventually, so I do have a soft spot in my heart for him. So enjoying that. And then the walking around is interesting. Just it's pretty much the same mechanic. You're just walking around and clicking on stuff as opposed to moving your cursor and clicking on stuff. But then there's also segments where you can zoom in and then move your cursor and click on stuff, so it seems like a bit of an extra step. There are new mechanics where you can do logic to put 2 clues together to form 1 new clue or deduct stuff based on clues you already have. And I think those are really cool mechanics that fit pretty well with Edgeworth's character and stuff we know about him. So far, enjoying it a lot. But the big thing that I started a couple days ago was Metroid Dread, finally. Logan lent it to me a while ago. I've had it. I have not touched it. He wants it back when I go hang out with him, so I got to plow through it.
It's short.
It's not a particularly long game. It's only like 8 hours. I've already put in a couple hours. It's great. I love the way it runs. It is so smooth. It is extremely smooth. I'm playing it on the TV docked, and it's gorgeous. Mechanically very sound. I appreciate at the beginning it gives you a little rundown of the series because this is the only Metroid I have ever played. I had no idea what was going on, but it gives a little background to what's been going on with Samus. What are these little creatures that aren't Metroids? Why is she going to this planet? So I appreciated that. Planet that they go to is called ZDR, which is my initials, so I think that's a little fun. That's a fun little thing.
It's named after you, Zach.
Exactly. I'm the planet. Then once you get to the planet, it's just a bunch of bad stuff that happens to Samus, and it's very stressful. I don't like being chased by the Emmys. I don't like running into all these bosses. I don't like the amount of little enemies that are everywhere. It's just really stressful, but it's really fun to do parkour, and I really like all of her arsenal. And every time you beat a boss or find something, you get something added. Like I just got an invisibility cloak, or there's a charge shot that I can now do. So adding stuff like that, I think it's super cool, and I'm excited to play more and see what more additions that she gets to her arsenal. Some more of those pretty intense boss fights, like the last one. There was just a guy with a really large tail who was swinging it around, and it was scary. Yeah, that game is really good, and it lives up to the hype that Logan raised for it when he talked about it on the show. I think that's pretty much it, other than Fall Guys and what have you that I always play.
You gonna be able to finish it on time?
Oh, God, I hope so. I don't want to get almost there and then have to give it back to Logan.
Hope you don't get stuck on a boss. Heard some of them can be a little tricky.
Oh boy.
If I can beat Cynthia, I can beat anybody.
Yeah. I heard she was difficult.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll check in next week and see how you're doing. See how it went.
Yep.
Well, we've gone on pretty long. I don't think we're going to have an ode to this week. Next week, we've got the Game Awards. The show will be up maybe a little bit later than normal. Oh, yeah. Not the Odies, if you're watching the video version.
Oh, okay.
We're not
Odie.
not the Odies, the Game Awards. So we'll be going over the awards, who won, watching Sports Story get unveiled at the Game Awards. We'll be talking about all of it.
Seriously, I hope we're talking about Zelda's title next week. That's
you would assume
hopefully.
so. You would hope so. But yeah, so look forward to next week. Should be a lot going on. But for this week, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Odie. Biomutant. That's it.
We got a new trophy.
We got it.
You unlocked a trophy.
Gold.
Now we got to look for the shirt on eBay.
Yep.
I wonder how much that's going for.
$10.
the medium Biomutant T-shirt from the the whatever edition.
Yeah.
So look forward to next week when we're unboxing that from an eBay order. All right, that's going to do it for us on this week's episode of Ode to Games. We're here on Thursdays or Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other podcast streaming services that you may use. OdeToGames.com has the audio version. YouTube has the video version at Ode to Games, so you can check that out there if you want to see what will be the trophy for the Odies and the unboxing of the Biomutant Special Edition.
I have to buy a few of them.
Out.
We're on Twitter at Ode to Games. You can send an email to odegamescast@gmail.com. For Logan and Zach, I'm Kevin. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.